Hello everyone, my name is Deepthi and today I will be presenting on zeroth law of thermodynamics and temperature scales. In this session, we will discuss the zeroth law and its uses and understand what thermal equilibrium is, and we will also discuss about different types of thermometers and temperature scales and learn some of the conversion formulas and connect the temperature with gas through ideal gas law. The zeroth law of thermodynamics states that if two systems are in equilibrium, are each in thermal equilibrium with a third system, then they are in thermal equilibrium with each other. This law defines what we mean by temperature and forms the foundation for all the temperature measurement. So, in this illustration, we have three blocks, namely A, B, and C. The block A is in thermal equilibrium with block C, and the block A is also in thermal equilibrium with block B. So, according to zeroth law, the block B and block C must be in thermal equilibrium too. This means all three are at same temperature and there is no heat flow between them. Uses of zeroth law of thermodynamics. The zeroth law allows us to create create thermometers and define temperature scales. It also helps us to compare the thermal states of systems and ensures the consistent temperature measurement in thermodynamics and industries. It is used in various industries like food industry and medical thermography, and it is also used in climate control systems and material science. Significance of the temperature. Accurate temperature measurement is vital in science, industry, and also in daily life. It helps us control chemical reactions, monitor weather, and maintain the engines and preserve the food and medicines. Without it, most of the modern technologies would not function efficiently. This image shows a hot and a cold object coming into contact. So the heat flows from a hot body to the cooler body until both reach at same temperature. Once this happens, the heat flow stops and then that's called as thermal equilibrium. There are different types of thermometers available for temperature measurements, and all these thermometers depend on how they detect temperature changes, and that's what differentiates them. So some of the common ones are digital thermometers, liquid and gas thermometers, resistant thermometers, and etc. Temperature scales overview. So let's look at the main temperature scales: Celsius, Fahrenheit, and the last one is Kelvin. The Celsius scale sets 0 degree as water's freezing point and 100 degrees Celsius has its boiling point. The Fahrenheit scale sets as 32 degree Fahrenheit and 212 degree Fahrenheit for those same points. And this Kelvin scale begins at absolute zero, the lowest possible temperature where molecular motion ceases. So the absolute zero is theoretically the lowest temperature which is possible. Here we have the different types of temperature scales. One is Celsius, Kelvin, and Fahrenheit. And also we have at which degree of Celsius or at which Kelvin or at which degree of Fahrenheit the water boils, the water freezes, and absolute zero. So at absolute zero, we have minus 273 degrees Celsius, 0 Kelvin, and 459.67 degree Fahrenheit. So the water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius and 273.5 Kelvin and 32 degree Fahrenheit. And the water boils at 100 degrees Celsius and 373 Kelvin and 212 degree Fahrenheit. Temperature scale relationship. Understanding some of the conversion formulas like Celsius to Fahrenheit, Fahrenheit to Celsius, or Celsius to Kelvin are some of the important conversion formulas to understand their different types of temperature scales and their relationship. So here we have a table. We can convert between scales easily. So the first one is Celsius to Fahrenheit. To convert Celsius to Fahrenheit, we have to do 9 by 5 into the temperature in degrees Celsius plus 32. This is the formula. Next, for conversion of Fahrenheit to Celsius, we have 5 by 9 degree Fahrenheit minus 32. For the conversion of Celsius to Kelvin, we have temperature in degrees Celsius plus 273.15. For the conversion of Kelvin to Celsius, we have temperature in Kelvin minus 273.15 gives temperature in degrees Celsius. Next, we have Fahrenheit to Kelvin. So 5 by 9 into whole to the temperature in degrees Fahrenheit minus 32, then plus 273.15 gives temperature in Kelvin. To conversion of Kelvin to Fahrenheit, we have 9 by 5 into temperature in Kelvin minus 273.15 plus 32 gives us temperature in Fahrenheit. So these formulas ensure we can compare temperature across the systems. So there are different types of thermometers illustrated here. So here are some of the specific types. So first we have liquid and glass thermometers. They use mercury or alcohol expansion. Next we have resistance thermometers which detect the changes in electrical resistance. Then we have thermocouples which generate voltage across from the temperature differences. Then we have gas thermometers which measure pressure or volume changes in the gases. Each has its own accuracy range. So common temperature measurement methods are liquid and glass, thermocouple, resistance thermometers, and gas thermometers. So in liquid and glass, it is a classic thermometer using liquid expansion for measurement, and resistance thermometer measures temperature change through the electrical resistance variation. And in thermocouple, we have two metal wires to measure the temperature difference, and in gas thermometers, we measure temperature based on gas pressure changes. So temperature can be measured by mechanical or electrical or any other method like radiation based methods also. Expansion, we have one more type of thermometer, that is expansion thermometers. Those thermometers measure volume change, RTDS, and also and thermocouples use electrical signals and infrared pyrometers to detect emitted radiation. The method depends on accuracy and temperature range. Ideal gas law. It links pressure, volume, and temperature through this formula known as PV is equals to nRT, where P is pressure, V is volume, N is number of moles, R is a gas constant, and T is absolute temperature in Kelvin. It shows that as temperature increases, the gas molecules moves faster, leading to higher pressure or volume. This connects microscopic motion with measurable macroscopic behavior. So the ideal gas law is a combination of three laws. One is Boyle's law, another one is combined gas law, and the last one is Charles' law. The combination of all these three laws gives us ideal gas law equation, that is PV is equals to nRT. So here the graph shown is pressure versus temperature graph. So the temperature is plotted in x-axis and the pressure is plotted in y-axis. This graph shows how gas pressure increases with temperature at constant volume. So the line extends to 273.15 degrees Celsius where pressure becomes absolutely zero. So this reinforces Kelvin scale has the true absolute temperature scale. So to summarize, the zeroth law defines temperature through thermal equilibrium. Temperature scales like Celsius, Fahrenheit, and Kelvin let us measure the temperature of different bodies accurately. So we have different types of thermometers, and we also discussed some of the thermometers like liquid and gas, thermocouple, resistance, and etc. So different thermometers serve various needs. Finally, the ideal gas law connects the temperature to the motion of the gas molecules or the particles. So the relationship is PV is equals to nRT. Thank you for watching my presentation.